mastery in the month of mastery on this day of 2/9. Finding wisdom in our sense of wholeness, our ability to give birth to things in our space. We know how to give birth to things in our space. We know the beauty of being in our wholeness. 9 deals with the celestial womb. This is Cancer, your Moja energy. 9 also deals with Sagittarius energy that rules over the reproductive self. Also rules over the sacral chakra. So we're all up in our space of giving birth, being born, bringing things into the celestial womb and pushing it out and all things like that. And we have this wisdom of it. I know how to give birth to stuff. I know how to give birth to ideas. I know how to bring things into fruition. I know how to bring things into whole. All of that fun stuff, right? I have wisdom in my sacral chakra, what brings me joy, what brings me to my creative self. How to get my wisdom from the oracle and sages. You know what I'm saying? I have wisdom in my wholeness. I know that I'm whole. And that brings me to a sense of self mastery, right? Because 2 and 9 come together to make 11. That's why I said today's the last day of mastery in the month of mastery. We get double the mastery energy today. And this is doing yourself so well, showing up for yourself so well, treating yourself so well, having this sense of awareness of self amongst the collective so well that you become an inspiration to other people around you. People begin to mirror the 11, right? So we love this energy and mastery. And when we put the two 11s together, it brings us to 22. So now we're the master architect, because 22 is also 4, which is chesed, right? 2 is wisdom. Wisdom on a part of wisdom, right? I'm in my balance. I'm in my justice. I'm in my truth. I'm in my righteousness. I'm in my fairness. I'm balancing these relationships. I'm balancing myself. I'm doing this shit so well that it's being reflected outside of me. I'm pouring in my cup so much that my cup runneth over into other people's cups. And that brings us into that chesed of our celestial blueprint. You are mastering your ability to be that blueprint by walking in your truth, right? So that 22, we're going to give birth to it in the year of 9. We are in the year of 9, which brings us, was brought to us by 2025, wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power, right? Balance, justice, truth in our cipher. Balance, justice, truth in our inner self, in our hearts, right? So we give birth to that 22 and a 9. It brings us to 3-1. So now we have understanding of our awareness. When we come to a sense of understanding, this is where, like, it's kind of like in conclusion, like you have the knowledge, you have the thought, the awareness, then you exercise it, you get the data that brings the wisdom, and then when we come to the conclusion, now we're in our sense of understanding. So we have this understanding of our awareness, the understanding of our thoughts, the understanding of our action, our ambition, our triggers, what gets us going, which ultimately brings us to 4. That understanding of that awareness brings us to our celestial blueprint. Today is the day of 4. Today is the day of chesed. Chesed is ruled by Jupiter energy of that expansion and abundance and wisdom. Chesed in modern astrology is also ruled by Neptune, bringing us that Pisces energy, that energy of Mayat. So either way you look at it, it's the foundation of culture and freedom, and we're going to build and we're going to create that by giving birth to our ability to master ourselves. So happy day of 4, y'all, on this wonderful Saturn day. Saturn day, of course, is ruled by Saturn, giving us the challenges that we need in our space, to give us the strength, the discipline, the order that we need to do the things that we said we wanted to do, right? Ashe. And we move in gratitude. We love the gratitude. So let's get into the astrological report. We start the day off with the 61%. Mm, mm, mm. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, yeah. All right, so we start our day off at a 61% waxing gibbous moon. We're in that moon of building. Hey, Florida guy, we're building on the tangible things in our space now, because yesterday was the first quarter moon. We went from crescent to gibbous, so now we're in gibbous. All about the physical things in our space. What are we building on? What are we working on? What are we trying to accumulate in our space? You know what I'm saying? What's the goals here? As we make it to our full moon, which is the halfway point between the lunar phases, the moon rising at 12:06 p.m. and setting. There's no set time for setting of the moon. 25 degrees in Pisces zodiac is what we start the day off on. The moon moves 13 degrees in the day. So throughout the end of the day, we end up in the fixed energy of Aquarius. Not Aquarius. Aries. The Aries zodiac by the middle of the day. Hey Chris, how you doing, love? Hi MJ. You are the first comment. Hi, Alex. How you guys doing? Hi, Chris. So, yeah, we are building towards our delusions, your imagination, the things you think of, our sensitivities, our emotional self, your Akashic records, things hidden beneath the horizon, stuff like that. That's what we're building on with our emotions, our intuition, and our third eye, and our sense of like, activity, the events that's happening with the home and family. Thank you for the favor. I appreciate it, Chris. Um, we are at zero. We start the day at 0 degrees Pisces. So yes, again, by the middle of the day, we'll be in the fixed 13 degrees Pisces constellation, and then fixed in the Aquarius zodiac, not Aquarius zodiac, Aries zodiac. I just say what I want to say. Um, but we're starting our day off with like bringing things to a close. There's some things in the home and family that have to come to the end. It's the end of the month. We're getting ready for the next month, bringing some bills to a close, coming into some conclusions of some things that what you did in your home with your family for the month, setting your intentions for what you want to build upon, as we lead ourselves up to the full moon in a week or so. And it's fun here. We start the day off in the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, which is the 25th lunar mansion. That only goes to 3 degrees Pisces. At this period of time in the day, to some of y'all, it's like 2:20 in the afternoon. For me, it's like 1:20. So, we're past this, but we did start off in this nakshatra that's ruled by Jupiter that brought us spiritual power, transformative energy, and longevity. And then we move into the 26th lunar mansion, which is the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. That's the 27th lunar mansion. We're slowly making our way to the Aries lunar mansion, back to the beginning, and we love it here, right? This goes on from 3 degrees Pisces to 16 degrees Pisces, and it's ruled by Saturn, which brings discipline, structure, longevity, and spiritual lessons. So it's cool that the nakshatra that we're in on the day is ruled by Saturn. On this day, that's ruled by Saturn, bringing us our spiritual lessons, and a deep longing for truth and wisdom is heavy here. So get your spiritual lessons in, do your journaling, your manifesting, set up your altar. I know in a day or two, be prepared with that cinnamon at the door, but make sure you're mentally and emotionally prepared for that too, and you're not doing those activities out of desperation. Thank you. I appreciate it. My hair looks. Thank you. I just did it last night. I was like, "Ooh, I'm tired of looking homeless." I had to do my hair. I did everybody's hair. The boy's hair is finally done. Miles' hair, all his hair was coming together into one big ass lock. I had to grab the scissors, and his hair looks real good. Everybody's hair is done. The mommy mode in me is happy. The moon being in this nakshatra brings a deep emotional stability, reflection, and wisdom. And individuals may experience a profound emotional maturity and tend to deal with life challenges in a calm, measured way. All right. This nakshatra has a natural affinity for spiritual growth and mystical exploration, bringing our transformations, hidden wisdoms coming out, because Pisces energy does everything to do with what's hidden beneath the horizon, right? And we're just bringing it out. We're bringing the inner truths out to the outside. People coming out with how they really feel, what they really think, what their intuition is really saying. What they really desire for their safe space. So have those revealing conversations with people, and listen to some people who don't. So not everybody is good with the throat chakra, y'all. So sometimes we gotta listen to the stuff that's not being said by people, and like really hear through the lines. Yesterday we dealt with some aggressive, assertive nakshatras, so people might have been speaking their piece from an aggressive, assertive way. However, hear what's not being said. Ashe, especially if it's in spaces where like we do want that healing, we do want that safe space, we do want that nurturing energy with our moon. Hi, Kaden. How you doing, beloved? All right, so that is the moon. The sun rises at 6:48 a.m. and setting at 4:48 p.m. The sun only moves a degree today. So we're still in the Sagittarius zodiac. We are not a 7-degree Sagittarius. We're still in that cardinal energy of expansion and abundance, joy, generosity, philanthropy, coming into our wholeness. Hey, Trill. We are also still in the Scorpio constellation. So our events and our experience is still undergoing those transformations, those empowering transformations. This still brings truth coming out, because one thing about the waters have memory, they hold things. It's fun here. So the sun is giving us those revealing experiences, bringing out people's truth, how they really feel, how they really think, and things of that nature. The moon and Saturn are at minimal angle and conjunction today. The moon and Neptune are also at minimal angle and conjunction today, being so everybody is over there in the beginning of the Pisces constellation. So having the moon, our third eye, giving us that nurturing space. Yeah, Saturn went direct today, which was the next point I was gonna make. And then we have Mercury going direct tomorrow. We still got Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune in retrograde. So that's happening over there. But yeah, you have the moon sitting in that Pisces constellation of delusions, bringing things to an end, dealing with our Akashic records and stuff like that. And it's dealing with Saturn. Saturn brings the challenges that we need, that give us the strength, the discipline and order that's required for whatever it is they're trying to do. And Neptune brings the dreams and the aspirations and the sensitivities and, what is our purpose and and what kind of discipline and order and what are the laws we need to go through, whether it's the laws of nature, the laws of physics, the laws of metaphysics. This is all the things that Saturn brings to us so that we can take our dreams and bring them into the physical, right? So all that's happening with the moon in alignment with those planets. That's the astrological report. I'm gonna get into the Chaldean clock with y'all next. Y'all know we still in the energy of Osiris. We're here for like the rest of this week. I believe I said till like December 7th. We're still in the energy of Osiris. So enjoying that in the Kemetic calendar. Again, I'm gonna bring back the calendars. Just give me grace. A little bit of things at a time because y'all know I wear many hats. But, today is ruled by Saturn, so we're going to start off with the Saturn hour. Saturn's hours are 12 a.m., 7 p.m., 2 p.m., and 9 p.m. We know what Saturn does. We know Saturn went direct today. So, some of the challenges is coming back like they never left. We are repeating some degrees in our challenges. Hopefully that we can come back through them with a new mind frame, a new sense of trust and transparency, and open ourselves up because we done went through these degrees already twice. So for a third time, we should have a sense of understanding of what's going on, and we're able to truck ourselves through it, right? And we move in gratitude for the opportunity to go through these Saturn challenges once again for a third time, to bring us to a sense of understanding and creation and the discipline that's required for the things we said we desire, because you deserve what you desire, baby. You deserve what you desire. Jupiter's hours 1 a.m., 8 a.m., 3 p.m., and 10 p.m. So Jupiter's hours we're actually in a Saturn hour right now if you're over here. Well, no. Yeah, you guys, if you want to EST, you in a Saturn hour, so that's fun for you. Jupiter's hours is about long-term planning, business goals, being in your sacral chakra, being in your joy, indulging in yourself. Be mindful of overindulging, the obsessions and the addictions. We know the stories of Batala when he started drinking too much and the palm wine and all that fun stuff. Don't get sucked into it. We know Jupiter is slowing down in the philosophical hour type shit. Yes, thank you. Jupiter is bringing out expansion and abundance over there in Cancer on the tropical and on the Vedic chart. It is in the cardinal degree in Cancer at like 1 degree, 0 degrees, but it is at a 24 degree in the zodiac. So, expansion and abundance to your home, to your family, to your maternal self, to your safe spaces, your third eye, your intuition. Some of y'all intuition and wisdom is on a beam right now. Follow your gut, you know what I'm saying? Follow yourself to give birth to the things that you want to give birth to. It is in the 11th house, so it's in that space of revolutionary energy. It is repeating degrees over there in those fixed stars. So being mindful of that. We are doing things that has never been done before. So I always tell people, like, you can go to people for some type of level of advice and stuff, but you really need to go to your people. You really need to go to your spirit guides, your ancestors, the you and your future, have a little roundtable conversation, because what you're trying to do has never been done before. All right. But this is all going towards your awareness of self and your connectivity with other people, especially that philanthropic part of self, right? Mars hours is 2 a.m., 9 a.m., 4 p.m., and 11 p.m. Mars was over the solar plexus chakra. These are the hours of assertiveness, aggressiveness. I like to work out during these hours. This might be the hour that you break fast, or you intentionally fast, just any type of gut health activity. during Mars, listening to your gut, doing some gut breaths, gut meditations, being in your solar plexus and your empowerment, your assertive self, enforcing your internal boundaries. If you had something that you ordered out, you got to enforce it. And the best control is self-control. Trying to control other people, place, things, situations, ideas outside of self is not going to do you nothing, baby. Mars is over there in Sagittarius in the fourth house. So Mars is giving us that motivation to the home and family, our internal self. Hey, Heman. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, big passion. Heard you sneak the Ori into the mix. You know your shit. Oh, I know a little sunshine. You know shit. And I've been doing this for a long time. Um, but yeah, Mars is giving us that aggressive, that assertiveness, and Sagittarius energy. Now, these are two fire energies. You got your solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra. You might be motivated. I want to do what I want to do. I want to indulge in what I want to indulge in. Please be responsible. Indulge in responsibly. You guys, this is the recipe for impulsiveness, irresponsibility, being spendthrifty. Addictions can be heavy here because the fourth house is water, and we know one thing I do not like seeing water signs do. I do not like seeing water signs drink. I feel like water signs and alcohol, just please don't do it. You guys be having enough spirits and y'all don't need nothing else, baby. Go smoke a blunt. Do something else. Go drink some tea. Go eat some shrooms. Do something else, please, Lord. Please put the bottle down. But for some of you water signs that just must, okay, please be responsible because you are definitely open with this Mars energy over here in your gut. That fight or flight response. So be careful with that. And like I said, be careful with your impulsive stuff. And this is happening in your safe spaces in your home family. So that's the part in your life that is going to be affected by this Mars and Sagittarius. So, don't think you just affecting yourself. You're affecting the other people that's in your safe space when you do stuff like that. Thank you for the favorite. I set the Mars hours, right? 2 a.m., 9 a.m., 4 p.m., and 11 p.m. The sun's hours are 3 a.m., 10 a.m., 5 p.m., and then midnight. Of course, we start Sunday on the hour of the sun. The sun is about your assertiveness. I mean, not assertiveness, that's Mars. The sun is more about vitality, your experience, your masculine self, which is like how you put yourself out there. What do you think, society wants to experience from you? So you put this energy out there versus what you expect from society. A lot of times in our space, we'd be like my son is in Virgo. So we'd be like, I'm a Virgo. You're not a Virgo. I have a Virgo sun. I have Virgo experiences, but I am not a Virgo. You are your rising sign or you are your life path number, but you have a Virgo sun. And yeah, like in this the way everything is set up, it is like you're claiming your ego. I'm claiming my ego. I am a Virgo. You're claiming your ego. And then you wonder why you can't get your ego to be quiet, or you can't, control it, or you can't utilize your other planets to balance it out because you keep claiming this and putting it on the forefront like it's the only thing that you have. So also be mindful of our spiritual, our astrological newbies out there that, say I am. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful with correcting them too because they ego first. You know what I'm saying? But, right now we're having Sagittarius experience in our thoughts. Everything is follow la la la. We're having a great time. We're getting ready to put the Christmas stuff up. We got the gifts. I know who I'm about to give coats to and gloves. We got the soup kitchen open. Everybody's, overindulging in food and drinks and buying shit. Hopefully y'all not, because I'm so sick of this ritual. It's by design that when the sun is in Sagittarius, along with other personal planets in alignment, would just so happen that the other personal planets are in Scorpio. They're not even lined up to Sagittarius energy yet. But it's by design during Sagittarius season, in the spirit of time where everybody's sacral chakra is heavily open, that these entities are like, buy, consume. Here goes some more shit, and it's pulling on you to have an overactive sacral chakra. And if you have an overactive sacral chakra, when it's time to get back to the root chakra of Capricorn, when we get into the solstice and it's back to seed planting and building, you is gonna be so exasperated. You're gonna be still dealing with that overactive sacral chakra, it's going to be difficult for you to calm down and get into that slow and steady Capricorn energy, or that revolutionary thought process of Aquarius, because your gut is full of bullshit. All right, so be mindful of that. That is the part of the ritual, is to get your sacral chakra full of salts and sugars. Okay, so and wine and whatever the fuck else. So be mindful of that. But the sun is giving us those experiences, and our thought process is happening in the third house. So it is with our communication, our community, our sense of duality, things like that. The sun is in sign, but we have other placements. Right, that's sacral on high, exactly. And it's being overstimulated. These businesses, especially the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell can eat a bag of dicks, and you can tell him I said it. I don't care. I can't wait till that motherfucker gets fired. I do follow the Federal Reserve news, okay, because money makes y'all go round. Yeah, that's y'all god. And so in order for me to see why humans is doing what humans is doing, I gotta see who y'all controller is, and y'all remote control is obviously the Federal Reserve, and they're full of shit and they're dickheads, okay. And so they rely on y'all to be overstimulated and overindulging in all those different things. So y'all play that game how y'all want to play a game. I say be smart about it. You hear me? But we are still in Scorpius constellation. Don't get it twisted. We're still having transformational experiences, truths coming out, people facing their grudges, the things that they've been holding into their waters, the reason people got their claws on the forefront. These are the things that we're still experiencing, even though our mindset is on that Sagittarius energy. We don't enter Sagittarius constellation until like about the 17th of December. So, relax. We're still having our empowering transformations, and we love it here. The sun's hours are 4 a.m., 11 a.m., and 6 p.m. Venus deals with our inner creative self, what we value, what we prioritize, what we consider beautiful. This is our celestial designer. What do you want to design in your space? This is when we come into our beautiful and bougie energy, right? This is our balance between our material and our emotional realm, right? And I always tell people, it's not the world outside that should be reflected in. It's what's reflected in that should be out. Now, if you lay in everything, it's chaos. It's chaos all here. You're supposed to be the calm in the chaos. And if you're not in the calm and the chaos, I need you to get your Libra and your Taurus energy realigned. Fix it. And use the Venus hours to do it. Venus is also good for my artists that like to create things. This is a space of beauty. My jewelers, my painters, my fashionistas. This is a good time to make and market during this time. And we know we have Venus over there in Scorpio on the constellation and on the zodiac. So it's in our mind, in our events, those transformational, empowering transformations happening on the Venusian realm. So some of the things that, you used to like and value and it used to make you feel good, it might not do it for you anymore. And that's okay. It's still here to, be empowered in the transformations. High highs make low lows. Goals to be the homeostasis in the middle. Them interest rates, that the inflation, inflation relies upon human behavior. And as long as humans keep consuming and over consuming and indulging in holidays, in fact, I'm proud of y'all because this year, the funds, the spending rate was so low that this is their last quarter or whatever before they wrap it up, even though their New Year's in September. But, as far as the Gregorian calendar goes, this is their last quarter. And so they didn't do too well during Thanksgiving. So I'm very proud of you guys. Hopefully they don't do too well this weekend. I know Amazon, Bezos is like, I got something for you. Let me give them the fake ass 30% off on the websites. Don't fall for the shit, man. Don't fall for the shit. Go to your local farmers market, go to your local flea market and support a local business in cash, okay, if you have to consume something. If your sacral chakra is itching so much, that's the perfect remedy. Honestly, we need our own currency. Stop relying on these fucktards. I can't stand them. But that's my take on that. And actually, they have been talking about getting rid of Jerome Powell because they did so bad. And this whole time, he's just like, I don't see nothing wrong. The employment rate looks good. This rate, and now all of a sudden they say, oh well, maybe we've been looking at the wrong statistics. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the fuck y'all be looking at when y'all be looking at the job market and the people that work and all this stuff. But also because not everybody trusts the census of the thing, so not everybody fills them shits out too. So there's always that. It's always a law-abiding citizen that, likes to grovel on their feet, filling that shit out. So that makes sense that their numbers are what they are. But I'm very proud of y'all. Keep them in a chokehold till they get rid of Jerome Powell's stupid ass. Constellation versus sign breakdown. Yeah, so the zodiac signs is 30-degree angles around the 360, right? You can have so many different kind of constellations in them 30-degree angles. Some of the constellations are bigger than 30 degrees. Some of the constellations are smaller. You got other constellations going in there. The fixed stars don't really stick in that 30 degree. So the 30 degree is our thought process, how we think things are, because we think and we see everything as a 360 degree. It's in our cones. We make everything spherical or circular, cyclic. That's how our mind moves, in our Fibonacci. However, that's not exactly what's happening. What's happening is the constellations. The fixed what star is that celestial body next to. And you get into the physics of, what kind of chemical equation is happening here? Are they getting along? Is it interdependent? Is it parasitic? Is it combusting? Is it creating something different? All that different kind of stuff. So being aware of that, right? So that's the difference between the zodiac and the constellation. Thank you, Trill. I appreciate you. So we went over Venus over in Scorpio. Mercury is also in Scorpio. Like I said, Mercury, we got one more day in retrograde. It is in Scorpio zodiac. However, it's still back in the Libra constellation. So we're still having that events of balance, harmony, justice, truth, righteousness, fairness, all those things. While our mindset is on those empowering transformations, truth. Some of y'all need to communicate them. The grudges that y'all holding on to is not doing you any justice. Mercury and Venus are both in that third house, so we're still dealing with that, community, family, cousins, siblings, people you grew up with, things of that nature. And then soon we'll have Mercury going right back through these degrees for a third time. I believe this is our last retrograde of the year. We usually get about 3 or 4 Mercury retrogrades a year. We'll be bringing a lot of our winter retrogrades to a close, but our outer planets, like Uranus and Neptune, they usually don't go prograde until like the beginning of like January, when we're in our Janus energy. So, we hold off there. I'll be doing my 2026 readings soon. I'm almost done my notes for that to get y'all prepared for the year one. Gang, gang. And then the moon. We talked about the moon heavy as far as the nakshatra is in, the zodiac, the constellation, all that fun stuff. But the moon's hours are 6 a.m., 1 p.m., and 8 p.m. All right. The moon is about our nurturing self, our home and family, our emotional connectivity, things of that nature. And we love the moon. All right. So that's the moon is over there in the 7th house of our interpersonal relationships, our bonds, and our contracts. Marriage is here in our nurturing self. Like I said, the moon is over there in Pisces, about to enter the Pisces constellation as well as the Pisces zodiac. So in our delusions, our belief system, and all that. So that's it for the Chaldean order and the celestial placements. Your reading for today. We are in our space of wisdom on the 3 and 7, our understanding of our balance. You want to pay attention to Uranus, which is currently in retrograde, and Taurus energy, providing those progressive pushes and our and what we value and what we prioritize, and also Mercury, which is speaking and harvesting into existence our Scorpius Libra energy. All right. So, progressive pushes in the heart chakra. We love it here because I tell y'all, I talk about it all the time. Uranus entered Taurus zodiac like 3 weeks before all the COVID stuff happened. That was in the beginning of, what was that, March, April. And then by the end of the month, our bills were put on hold. We were receiving PPP loans, unemployment. We had people, grouping together. Some of y'all decided to have COVID babies, which was a very weird choice. Some of y'all was having COVID marriages, another very weird choice. But this was all Taurus energy, what you value, what you prioritize during this progressive push, which was a virus, just so happened to be a virus. But we are still in, we're still like in 4 degrees, 5 degrees Taurus constellation. So even though we're almost done the Taurus zodiac, we are still in the beginning of the constellation. So we still got some progressive pushes happening and what we value and prioritize. We have the Four of Wands here, finding stability in our activity, our actions, the masculine, the feminine, and the inner child. Not only are these like the three makings of a home, which is the fourth house, our home and family, but these are also the makings of self. You have your masculine self, your sun, you have your feminine self, the moon, and then you have your rising self, which is the inner child that's being raised through all of this, right? So that's the stability of you as well. Um, and that's going to help you in your wisdom when you walk around with that level of awareness of self, right? Nine of Swords. Some of y'all created some swords for yourself. Y'all sitting behind the swords, hiding behind the swords. I'm gonna need y'all to let things go. A lot of this stuff y'all hold into your heart, these grudges and stuff like that, especially under these nakshatras of revealing your inner truths and stuff like that. Bring a lot of these swords to an end. Bring a lot of these swords to a close. There's no need to keep holding on to them. What parts of stuff are we going to focus on? We're going to focus on our Nine of Wands. So allow the Nine of Wands to cancel out the Nine of Swords, you know. The Nine of Wands is coming into completion of our actions, our ambition, our motivation, getting them done, all right? Did you hear the lunar mansions? Oh yeah, we're in the 27th nakshatra today. We'll be in the 28th tomorrow, because you know, the 28th tomorrow, and then leading us back up to the first lunar mansion. On our way back up to Ashwini. But yeah, you're gonna focus on your yasad, your ability to give birth to the things that you desire in your space. Moon and Sagittarius energy is what's associated with the Nine of Wands. So taking action, all right, utilizing your intuition to take action, all right. That's what's gonna help you with this Nine of Swords of hiding behind all these wounds and stuff, because you gotta remember you created those for yourself. And then another part of stuff to focus on is your solar plexus chakra is dissipating. Some of y'all over there playing with your thumbs, sitting on your hands. You're not moving in the speed and the direction with the momentum that you have the capability to utilize. You're just letting time pass you. You scrolling, you watching TV, you lollygagging, you bullshitting. Stop bullshitting on yourself. And a lot of this, y'all sitting here waiting around, is because y'all walking around with these swords, these wounds that y'all created for yourself, but y'all keep projecting on other people. You made this, you made this, you did this, you did this. It's everybody but me. Everybody's the problem but me. Okay, relax. Because the only person you can control is you. So if you find yourself in the same situations over and over and over again, now it's time to ask yourself, well, what is it that I'm doing that keeps putting me in the same predicaments, you know? Empower yourself in your situation. Stop walking around acting like a victim all the fucking time. I get tired of hearing that shit. Anyway, most definitely taking advantage of the Sag energy. Yes, absolutely. And then one complete is your African divination card for today. You are complete. You are enough. When I say the things I'm saying, I'm not saying it to put you down, to bring you down, to make you feel bad. Today is the day of going and doing the inner work and coming to the realization a lot of the grudges that you hold, a lot of the quote unquote traumas you have, a lot of the issues that you have in your space are your fucking fault. You're holding on to that. You're making that a part of your reality. If you find yourself in a space where it's like everybody's okay, everybody's happy, everybody's having a good time, but I'm over here hurt, why it's me, get the fuck up. What is your problem? Utilize that Nine of Swords to help you combat that utilize that Nine of Wands to help you with that Nine of Swords. Like, you're literally the one giving birth to your reality. Nobody else gives birth to your reality but you. You're not utilizing your solar plexus chakra accurately if you're making everybody else the cause of your bullshit, or your sadness, or your trauma, or your attitude, or your position, because you have the rights to do the things for you. I say all this stuff to empower you. I want you to be in control of your reality and do your things. Like, you have all three inside of you. You have the mother, the father, and the child inside of you. So if that is something that y'all holding on to, especially with all the third house, fourth house energy, baby, all those entities are in you. Stop looking outward for all of that stuff, especially at your big age. If you're an adult, like, come on now. Even inner children know that. Even inner children parent themselves and regulate themselves. It's the adult that's raising the child that tell the child, stop being grown, stop doing this. Who do you think you are? We kind of like beat that shit out of our kids, their ability to regulate and parent themselves. We beat it out of them. We make them our in codependents or whatever, instead of guiding them with their sense of independence. And then we wonder why they grow up to be adults, blaming everything outside of themselves. It's the economy, it's this person, it's that person, it's my friend, it's the law, it's the white man, it's the government, it's the court system, it's being black, it's all these different things but you. I get tired of hearing that. Anyway, that's my reading for y'all today. I love y'all so much. It's a great time here. I'm gonna let y'all go. I will be reading the Moorish Empire shortly. I do want to get my notes in order because I want to come back to y'all with the notes that we went over yesterday. But so far, it's been a really good book. We literally just started it yesterday, and we've been reading it in alignment with Circle 7, the Circle 7, which has been really cool. So y'all know I'm an 11 life path, so I'm definitely about to use this 1111 today to my fullest advantage. I will also see you guys later on tonight for Virgo Virgin Talk with the Goddess. We'll be up here at 7 EST, 6 CST or whatever. We'll be talking about the Gullah Geechee tribe. So y'all gonna see me a couple more times today. Don't even worry about it. Y'all gonna see me a couple more times today. But I'm gonna let y'all go for now while I get my notes in order. Peace and prosperity. I hope you guys are empowering yourself. And I love y'all so much. Reach out if you would like a personal reading. Bye, TikTok. Bye. What is this? YouTube. Bye, YouTube. I will leave.